So our meeting today is not going to go likely nearly as long as normal. All we have to do is go over that one short article, so that way you guys will get those last 3 definitions for your test review. So if you are next to or nearly done your test review, you probably only had the definitions for Mass, Liturgy, and Eucharist left to do, and that's what you'll get this morning. Knock. Hey, quit licking. So yeah, and then if you guys have any questions about your CCA, then I can answer that. Maybe I'll go back on Canva and show you guys again, like my example CCA that I've got created. Sorry, guys, that's in my eye. Yeah, and then we'll go from there. Chloe, I did see your email this morning. I just hadn't gotten a chance yet to reply to it, but I can let everybody else know as well. So I'm in the process right now of marking all of your stuff that you guys have submitted online. And it's obviously takes a long time because it is not as quick as in person when I can just check through and have it by, hard copy. It is a little bit more tedious of a process, so it does take me a little bit longer. That being said, either by the end of the day today, but for sure by Monday, because we're still together Monday, Tuesday, I'm going to have updated marks for you guys. Chloe, did you put it on D2L or did you email it to me? If it's on D2L, then I haven't checked yet. Let me check right now. Check. I'm just loading my. Yep, Chloe, I see it. It's in the Dropbox. I see it. And Bram, I see yours is also. I see Autumn's, Kayla's, and Mason's. Zach, I did not get an email from you. Did you just do it now? Yeah, I don't have an email from you. Make sure you typed my email in right. Yeah, Zach, I don't see it in here at all. Yeah, so like I said, guys, it's much easier if you're able to upload it to Dropbox. It's much easier for me to mark it and then give it back to you because I can just do it right on D2L and then publish your feedback, and then you'll see your mark and your feedback on there. So if you guys are going to the Dropbox, you'll likely see that your Christ-like love has been marked and given back to you. Your moral dilemma has been marked and it's back to you, like in the Dropbox. Bram, which one? Your scrapbook? I see your scrapbook in the Dropbox. But yeah, so you can go on and see those. Zach, I didn't get your email. So like I said, check and make sure that you emailed it to the right email. If not, if you can, put it in the Dropbox. Which, you just emailed it to me or you sent it in the Dropbox? Because you guys would hear if I got an email. Yes, I don't. Let me see. Oh, it's going to my junk folder. I just see them. Yeah, I see it now. All right, got it. Open it so I can make sure that we don't have any issues opening it. Perfect. All good. I see the one you sent yesterday too in the junk folder. All right. Okay, so like I said, I'm slowly marking everything. So like I said, as you go on the Dropbox, you'll likely be able to see like some of the stuff that I've marked and given back to you. If you emailed it to me, you can email me to remind me, and I will send it back. Oh, excuse me. And give you your mark. But like I said, there's like a drawing option or like a marking option right on D2L, so it's so much easier to just mark it, and then it just stays on D2L. Then you can go back on and see your mark and see your feedback. But yeah, so you'll be able to see all that on there. So I'm slowly chipping away at it. Today we are not having our second meeting at 12:20. It's going to be, today's dedicated to you guys working on your test review, your CCA, and your scrapbook. So just getting stuff done. And then, yeah, that's just what we're focusing on today. So we're not having an afternoon meeting, and so I will be in front of my computer. Obviously, if you guys have questions, I'll be here, and I'm just going to be chipping away at marking. And like I told you guys, I just got access on, was it Wednesday? Wednesday evening to the program that we use to insert our marks. I just got it, so I have a ton of marks to input. So I don't know your overall grades yet, but I will by Monday. So I'll be able to give you guys all your updated marks on Monday. Bram, we're not taking a note. We just have one article to read, and it's very short. So I'll use the highlighting functions. That way, I'll show you guys like what to highlight and what to write down for your definitions for your test review. And then other than that, yeah, that'd be it. All right, let me share my screen. Okay, hopefully you can see my screen. Chloe, I really hope we go back before the end of the school year. As of right now, I know the school boards, Peel, Halton, Essex, Toronto, they're all set to go back February 11th. If that's going to be the case, I don't know. Ours right now, we don't have a return date. I think just because in the event that they keep extending it, then we don't have to keep getting our hopes up. That being said, I really do hope that we go back in the spring, whether that be at the, in beginning or middle of next quad, or maybe for at least the last quad. I have no idea, but I really hope so. We just have to get our numbers down. Like, our numbers are way too high right now. And then if we can get our numbers down, then we can go back basically. Okay. So you'll see here, we got our morning prayer, and I told you to work on your scrapbook and test review this morning. So everything else, basically, by Monday, you should have everything done except for your CCA and possibly your Unit 3 test. So you'll see all your due dates on here. So today, that preferential option for the poor handout, that's that only 5 questions from that reading, textbook reading, it's due tonight. You've got 2 things that close at night on Sunday. So you've got your discussion post and your justice scrapbook. And remember, do not think too much about the scrapbook. It's not a lot of work. Like, don't overthink it. It's really 2 paragraphs for each passage. So it's like a 4-paragraph thing total, like brief paragraphs. It's not a lot. And then your CCAs are due, and I definitely messed this up. It should be February 2nd. Our CCAs are due on the 26th at 5 p.m. because I have my next classes CCAs coming in that week, so I want to make sure that I get yours marked. Let me just look at the restrictions here so I can change this. I didn't mean to click that far. I meant to click until this day at 10 a.m. Okay, so your Unit 3 test should be updated now. Yeah, so you see that I've left the test open until Tuesday at 10 a.m. So obviously I don't think any of you guys are going to be doing your test Tuesday morning. Maybe you will. But I basically just wanted to leave it open so that way you guys were prepared and could do it on Monday. Because Monday and Tuesday, like I said, are going to be dedicated to CCA. Yeah, Bram, there's a 2-hour time limit with like a 20-minute grace period. So you basically have 2 hours and 20 minutes. Don't think about the time limit. I don't even think it will show up for you. And it's not long. It's shorter than your Unit 2 test. So it won't take you that long. You just have the same format. You've got your matching. You've got your short answer. So don't stress. Also, I know a lot of you guys were freaking out because the matching question, oh, I was going to say, Samantha, what, did you have a stroke? How many questions? I believe there are 18 matching, and then I think there's 6 short answer. So similar to your test review, you'll see. But yeah, it won't take you as long, like I said, but I know you guys were freaking out, like I was saying, because Unit 2, I said that the matching should be automatically graded, and that is the case. It should be automatically graded because I write, like I put in what the answers are, so that way D2L should know when you get it right or when you get it wrong. For some people, for some reason, it marked it fine. For other people, it didn't. Like for some people, it said that you got 0 out of 17, or it would have been said it was at 0 to 74, or like some weird like 3.9, which is like impossible. So I went back on, like obviously when I marked it, and I double checked and I remarked the matching part. So a lot of you guys got more on the matching than you thought. Yeah. So Devin, don't stress, guys, because like I said, it's out of 66. If it says you got 18 out of 66. Don't panic because it's only marking the matching, and even then it's not super reliable for marking the matching. I have to go back in and mark it myself. So try not to stress when you do your test because like I said, it's not actually what you got. So what we're doing today, we're going to read this article. And then I will go back into my Canva account and I will show you some more like about how to mess around with it and doing your CCA. I also, like I said, I trimmed that video from our first week of virtual learning. The Friday I went over and I made that, I logged into Canva. I made that sample title page, sample cover page, and then there was another page that I made. And so I trimmed it and it's all here for you, but I'm going to go back onto Canva and I'll show you. So like if you're struggling about navigating it and figuring stuff out, like watch this video. But I'm going to go back on in this meeting after we read this article quickly, and I'll show you again a little bit. But hopefully by this point, you guys are all good. If you're using Canva, you're all good with it. But we are going to read this. It's very short. Like we're only looking at this this first page. We're not doing the questions. So this is called Our Most Important Prayer. So if you think about mass as a whole, like you guys haven't had to experience a mass yet. So normally when we're face-to-face in school, again, it's a normal semester. Sorry, one second, I just got a message. Sorry, just got a student message. Okay. So like I was saying, you guys are kind of, I guess you don't have this experience yet because unless you've been to mass before, but mass is usually an hour long. Usually when we're face-to-face and we're not in a pandemic, we all gather in the gym and we have our mass. That being said, you can think about Mass as just one big prayer, right? So the whole purpose of being there is talking to God, worshiping, appreciating God, and that's literally what prayer is. So we're looking at Mass as a prayer. So I'm just gonna, oh, here, I'm gonna open this in Adobe. Hang on. Sorry, that was Knox. I'd rather open it here so I can do the highlighting for you and show you where the definitions are. All right. So Mass is our most important prayer as Catholic Christians. The Church tells us that celebrating Mass is the source and summit of our Christian life. Sorry, guys. That means that our prayer at Mass on Sunday gives us strength to do good things for the rest of the week. So I'm just going to highlight this. It also means that our prayer at Mass is so important that everything else we do should help us to prepare it. So the word Mass is kind of funny because it came about, back in the olden days, when all the prayers were in Latin. And then the last words that the priest or the deacon would say were ita missa est. So that means go, you are sent. So we still hear that, like when we have Mass face to face, or if you go to church at the end of the service, you'll remember that the priest says, basically some variation of this tells you to go in peace, basically. And so the word missa, it came to be used to describe the entire prayer. There are two other words that we use at Mass that are good to know. So obviously one being the Eucharist. The word Eucharist in Greek means thanksgiving, but for us, Eucharist means the holy meal of Jesus's body and blood that we receive during Mass. So it's that wafer, basically, that it's kind of like a cracker that we get at Mass, and that is supposed to be, it's Jesus's body. It's not the blood necessarily. The blood usually is wine, but it represents Jesus's body, and it's, his way of basically nourishing us, feeding us. So another important word is liturgy. So liturgy is what you guys have experienced. We've done virtual liturgies. So in class in the mornings where they're only about half an hour long, it's just a shortened version basically of Mass. So liturgy is also from the Greek language. It means the work of the people. So by participating in the Mass and understanding, more and more, we can truly work for all the good things in our world. So I'm going to say and the fact that it means the work of the people. I'm going to be mad if I don't highlight that. Okay, I'm going to highlight we as well. There you go. So in the Catholic Church, the Mass is said not only every Sunday, but every single day and many times a day. All over the world, all the time, Christians are gathering to remember Jesus' gift of himself on the cross and to renew that gift by receiving his body and blood in the Eucharist. Why do we repeat the same words over and over so many times? Why not just once and for all? So think about it for a minute. Some of the words you say over and over each day. So, for example, do you ever get tired of hearing your family say, I love you? Likely not. Saying I love you helps the love to grow. Like it helps you need to hear those words from the people that you love. You need that reassurance. You need that reminder. And Mass is kind of like that as well. So the more that we tell God how we feel, the more that we show him how much we appreciate him and take time to think about him and praise him, the more our love for God will grow. So Mass is one great prayer, and it's the greatest prayer that church can offer to God. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys, how you can see that Mass and the service of Mass is just one big prayer, right? It's one big prayer, praising God, thanking God. We have moments during Mass where we maybe pray for or ask God's help for other things. So it's basically almost all the forms of prayer combined into one big prayer. So hopefully that makes sense. And now you should be able to be, answer the last 3 definitions on your test review, which are, like I said, liturgy, Eucharist, and Mass. Yeah, that's about it for that. So what I'm going to do, unless you guys have any questions about those 3 definitions, which you shouldn't, it's pretty straightforward. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my Canva. All right, so here is my CCA. So if you guys are stressed about the amount of writing involved in your CCA, don't be. So you can pick writing styles that don't require, hardly any writing. So like, for example, you could pick a comic strip, which has very little writing to it. Like you might depict, the Good Samaritan story in a comic strip. And that's fine. That can be your piece of writing, right? I wrote on my page here that I was going to do the Good Samaritan, a comic strip on the story of the Good Samaritan from the Bible. You could do a crossword puzzle. Just look up free crossword puzzle generator. And there's tons of different ones on here. You can literally go on any of these and like create your own crossword puzzle. Let me see, like, what's this one? Right, so then you put your word in and then your hint, and then eventually you put your title, create your crossword puzzle, and it will create it for you. Like I could do, let's see, we did spies. And we did emotions. Social, physical. And then you might, because that's not going to give you a whole lot, what you might do is spies, I don't know, and maybe the Beatitudes. Right, and then you want to add your Beatitudes, maybe like blessed are the. I wouldn't actually, thinking about it now, I probably wouldn't do the Beatitudes if I were you, because you would have a lot of writing in your words. You could do maybe like different ones. Let me see. I'm going to go individually. I just want to show you like an idea. Oh, Devin, yes, pulling through. So spiritual, emotional, we can do intellectual, social, physical, you can do spatial, rhythm, logic, which is numbers and logic, do word, for example, basically, right? And then you can put your hint here for emotional, and it's like part of deals with why we or how we feel. With what we believe and value. Learn. Devin, so I just Googled like a free crossword puzzle generator and went to this printable crossword maker on Google. Just kind of showing you how you can do this. And then last, I'm not going to do all of them. Okay. So, for example, create your crossword puzzle. Oh, look at that. And there it is. All right, so you can print this. I think the page is still kind of loading. You can print it. What I also might do, I would do like maybe like just a screenshot. See, you can see you would obviously have a bunch more, but it literally just creates the crossword puzzle for you. Right, so you can click to answer it if you want an answer key. So hopefully that makes sense. I believe, let me see if I just copied and pasted it into a Word document. Let me see what, let's see what it does. Because I don't see a download button anywhere unless I'm just blind. So I don't like the way that looks. But what we can do instead is, let me see, you can change, what does this one look like? Whoa, don't love that either. But where is, if I go back, so I'm going to go back to the non one. Yeah, so what is this? Can you email this to yourself? I just want to see if I click this, what it's going to do. Like nothing's happening. What if I right click and then new tab? Oh, it's opening it a million times. I don't want to do that. Let me see. So this one, it just shows you how to do it, but I know you could do instead, like I could like get rid of this so it's on its own. Go to our page so I can zoom out like so. I can even zoom in a little bit more probably. And then you can do a screenshot if you want to. Like it's like, what is it? Control Shift S, or just, oh no, Windows Control S. Usually. I don't know why it's not working. Nope. Windows Shift S. It's one of these things. Yeah. So I did, if you have a Windows computer or Mac's a little bit different, just like search up, I think it's like Control Shift 4, but just Google like how to do a screenshot. So I just zoomed out of the page and then just like, look at that. Ta-da. And then let me see where that goes. Well, my screenshot just went. That's the same one I just did. Well, I have to find it, but you do your screenshot. You can do a screenshot, like I said, it's Windows Shift S. Uniform, rectangular, full screen window. I want to do a rectangular one, but I'm just trying to wonder where does it go when I'm, oh, that's going to be in the way. Whatever. Like, did that work? I don't know. I'm gonna have to Google it. No, it's still not working for me. Yeah, like you could do that exactly. You could put it on mobile, but you could also just use a different one. Like I can just go, can I highlight all these now? Like you can use a different crossword puzzle generator. Like there's a bunch of different ones. Like that was the printable one. You could do, like pick any of them. Thank you, Devin. You can choose your grade level, high school. I just want to see, like, I'm just going to do like no words and see what it looks like. Oh, Devin, there's a million. You can literally like, there's so many. You just Google, like you could do you don't even have to do a crossword puzzle. Like you could do a word search, like just look up like crossword puzzle generator, free crossword puzzle generator, or free word search generator. The other one, I just didn't want to have it where you couldn't download it. Yeah, see, like you'll come into issues like this. That's why you don't want to bother. Like, don't make an account. Oh, did I just get out of what I need to do? Stress me out. Okay, so this one might work. Let's see. Interesting. So space. I'm just gonna do this. Space. See if this is how you do it. Let's see. Oh yeah. So it worked. So like you can use this one, because then there's different ways that you can, like, there's URLs that you can use. You can print it. You can print a PDF or Word version. It pops up like this. You can copy and paste this. Oh, look at that, guys. See, I would use this one because you can copy it. And then let me see. Definitely use this one. Much better. So Devin, this is the best one to use. So don't go searching. Use Crossword Labs because you can edit it too. Like, so all you have to do is put your title in. And then on each line you enter your word and then a space and then your thing. So like I would write next would be, like I said, spatial, space, and then instead of doing all these letters, I'm just going to do the intelligence that deals with visuals. And then we'll do rhythm, the intelligence that deals with music. Alex, I was saying that for your CCA, if you guys are stressing about it being too much writing, I'm saying that you can choose writing options that are not a lot of writing. So like I said, you can make a crossword puzzle about like about a theme or course concepts. And that could be one of your writing pieces. Like you can do a crossword puzzle, you can do an advertisement. Advertisements have very little writing. They're more just pictures and like, you know, short, brief sentences, because you don't want too much information on an advertisement. You can do a comic strip. Those are all things that are not a lot of writing. Let me see if we do logical deals with numbers. Yeah, fine. And then let me see. You'll click public or free, save and finish. And then there you go. So you can see the intelligence that deals with numbers, the intelligence that deals with music, the intelligence that deals with visuals, and it's all there for you. And that's when you can go to Word PDF version, click print, and it'll open it in a separate page. And that's when you can literally, you can print or download it as a PDF. You can just copy it instead. And then let me see. I want to try something. That did not work, but I wonder if you can. So if you can't add it, like I'm going to try and figure out. Let me see if I download it as a PDF. See, here it is. What I would do then is zoom out. And then figure out those. No, that's not what you want. I'm gonna do select. Yeah, so you do Windows key Shift S, drag it, copy to the clipboard, paste into another program. Lies. Because if I do that, Windows Shift S, that thing pops up. Like print screen or like what? Is that it? You know what I mean? I'm like, what am I doing? Oh, look at that. Okay, it worked. So we can crop this. Look at that. Done. We can make it bigger. So this, I can save my picture from the slideshows, picture 1. I'm going to put it on my desktop though, because I know it's a bit of a process. Hopefully you're following along, because then you can do this. Yes, I did say lies. Alex, you need for your CCA, you need 5 writing pieces, but one of them is your cover story. Ta-da! We can like move it around probably. I'm gonna detach from background if you want, if it's easier. Just stretch it out. There you go. Don't know why it's blue, but it worked. So you can see if you're doing it on Canva and you use a program, Alex, your CCA is worth 30% of your overall grade. So a lot. So if you're going to do a crossword puzzle as one of your writing pieces, I suggest you use this Crossword Labs one because it just seems way more user-friendly. You can download as a PDF. But what you can do also, like you can make your CTA on Canva. Like I know that was a bit of a disaster, like showing you how to get it on to like your Canva page. But that being said, you don't need to do it. Like you can do your crossword puzzle, download it as a PDF like this, save it, and then just upload it to the Dropbox separately from your CTA. Like you can just say like maybe your whole CTA is on Canva. You can then upload your CCA, your PDF in the Dropbox from from Canva, and then upload a separate document, which is your crossword puzzle. It's fine if it's not all together. Like, but if you are wanting to have it all together, then you can by using like you have to do the print screen like I just did to get it on here. But yeah, so like I said, I might go to images or photos, sorry. I might find across. I like this one, and I'm going to change that photo. Right, and then maybe a sun. Let's see. I like this one, so maybe I'll put that one there. So you can see I'm editing and like to get this page, like I said, I don't know if you guys saw it, I went under templates. I looked up table of contents, and I just happened to use this one because I liked it the best, because these ones aren't really actually table of contents pages. They just are, I think, templates that have a table of content page in them. But I wanted like an actual table of contents page, so I happened to use the first one that I saw. You could use this one, which also seems like a good one. And then just change the picture. So like I said, I happen to remember I put issue 20 on my cover page. So that's why I changed it. And then you can edit, like it's a double click, and you can edit the page numbers in here. Yeah. So like I said, don't stress about the amount of work. Like your cover story, I did it right here. I didn't finish it. Like I'd have to double click and continue with it. So Nathan, theme, it's up to you. If you're going to do a crossword, it's up to you what theme you choose. Like I said, we, with the help of Devin, for the crossword that I did an example of, I did spies and the 7 intelligences, because you need more than say just like 5 words. So if you're going to do a crossword puzzle, the theme that you choose is up to you. And so, like I was saying, for your cover story, you can see in my font here is 28.6 because I want it to be, big enough that I can read it when I download, the PDF version of this. So I will continue writing for probably like I would probably write for another like paragraph or two. Like, let me see, I'll show you, just for example purposes. Like I'm not like just gonna do this, but you can probably get an idea of how much writing, would suffice for your cover story. I would say like see about there probably. And then you can change it, like if you wanted to insert like a picture on the bottom. Maybe let's see what banners they have. So banners are just, I can see I have this much space on the bottom. A banner is just it's just the size of the photo. It goes along the bottom. That's creepy. Yeah, so I have a background already, like the rocks, so I don't know if I would really put in one, but like you could put in a picture if you wanted to, like, and then just like edit it down if you wanted to. Like that seems like, I don't love that idea, but if you want to throw in a photo, there you go, you can. You also could do, which might be a good idea for your cover story. I can move the writing down and then insert the actual picture that I used for my cover. Make it smaller. So then I can talk about it. Like I can say like that's the picture and there's my thing. Yeah, rocks, not the rock. Nathan, I can't tell you what to pick for your themes, man. Like that's you've got a list of themes and like themes are like your course concepts, right? So you've got a whole list on your CCA that you can pick from. I can't tell you what to choose. You would have to figure that out on your own. All right, so I've got my how-to article. So like so far, I'll show you. I've got my cover story. I'm going to have a how-to article in my my cover page. I'm going to have a how-to article. I'm going to have a cover story. I'm going to have a advice column about toxic relationships. I'll have a comic strip on the Good Samaritan, and then I have yet to figure out what I want to do for my 5th one. So I have a table of contents. Do I have to have writing on the first page? Yes. So your cover page, like I said, has to have your headings and your subheadings, right? So, and then I put in a barcode, you'll have your title. I put in like a little, issue and a date. You have to have it, make it look like a magazine cover, right? So if you Google magazine covers, you go to images, it's got to look like a magazine cover, right? So you see magazine covers all have the headings and the subheadings, they all have titles, right? So you can see they have a title, they have headings. It's just what a magazine cover has, right? So you got your title, and then there's different fonts to grab the reader's attention. You have your image, your headings, and your subheadings that kind of like, so you have Miranda Kerr, and then a little quote underneath, like to kind of tell you what it is. Be the change. It says your Start Somewhere sustainability guide. So you can see it's got a barcode, it's got all the headings, and then a little blurb underneath the heading, like which is the title. A little blurb to tell you like what's going to be in that writing piece, right? Easy fashion looks, and says relaxed tailoring, new neutrals, fast and fabulous workwear. Like it tells you what's going to be in that writing piece. Charlie, that's fine. So like you can pick, like I said, we're now done as of today, our last unit. So you can do those last two ones now. But like I said, you have to make sure you have writing on your cover page. But so as Devin was asking, how to make a comic strip. So you can make when there's, I find, you can make it on Canva. Like there is an option, so you can do like, if you wanted to do it on Canva. Oh, so it won't let you do it right on here. You'd have to start a new thing. But what you can do is go to Google, and then if you go to create free comic strip maker, there's two that I recommend. So like I see that Canva's the top one because you can do it on Canva. You can do it on Storyboard, but the ones that I know of the most or am most familiar with I'm not even seeing them on here. It's Bitstrips and Pixton. So Pixton is a good one as well. Pixton Comic Maker, I find, because it is free. Like you have to create an account. So I would do students, for example. So you would sign up. Like you can sign up with Google. Let's try that. I clicked it. Did it work? Oh, there we go. Okay. No, if I want to skip this. How do I? All right, well, I guess gotta make an avatar. Knox. Hey, stop. I'm just gonna skip through this. But let's be real, guys. I have blonde hair. All right, can I be done this? How do I do this? So you guys will have to take time to do this. I don't want to, but like this is stupid. Sure. Knox. So itchy. I'm just gonna continue on. Blue eyes. Creepy. The rest I just am going to not care about. Honestly though, Devin, you can see that I am over this. Let's do this one. Okay. And Lysia, I'm a bit short. Sure. Finally. Okay. So you have to make your avatar apparently. And then you can make a comic. So I would say, let's say you do it on the Good Samaritan. Okay, finally. So you can choose your background. So maybe you want to do it on either the story of the Good Samaritan. So you would probably pick like something like that. Or maybe you want to choose like a house situation where like two people are talking about it. Maybe they're learning about it. Maybe they're in. Oh. No, I don't want to unlock that. Oh, see, they have locks. Great. So I will choose. Let's say we chose this one. They're going to be in a vehicle. So you add panels as you go and change your background as you go. You click characters. Chloe, what do you mean you have to make one? So you can literally just choose your characters that are here. So let's pick, maybe we're gonna pick somebody that resembles my mother. There, she's in the car. Back to characters. Add a character. And then I'm gonna pick someone that's young. There, that's pretty much me. There. So, Chloe, no, this is just if like I'm showing you how to make a comic strip, like if you wanted to do a comic strip for your what's it called? For your like one of your writing pieces. Right? So then you can do words, add words. And then you can be like you or you know what a good Samaritan is. Look at this. Ta-da! And then more words. Just someone who does nice things. See, and then you can next slide. And then you could go on, continue on if you want. Maybe it's like on the way to school. So one of your comics slides might be like as she gets to school, you literally just have that. And then, but yeah, so you know what I mean? Like you can keep adding panels And then as you're done, click done. And then as it goes, it'll be here, right? And then you can click either edit or you can share it. So sharing it, you can download it. I don't know what this one, yeah, you can't share it like that, but you can just download it basically. Oh, I think I have an idea. What I would do is, again, you would have to do, maybe I just used something that was wrong. But either way, you could do the same thing like I did before. Zoom out of your page. You know, as much as you want to zoom out. And then you should be able to fit all your boxes in. And then you can do, again, Windows Shift S. You could do that. And then it copies it. And then maybe I would do another page here. You get the idea. So yeah, so this is like just a way you can use that. You can use Pixin or you can use bit strips. So there's bit strips as well, which is another way that you can make blah, blah, blah. Oh no. So apparently bit strips is not working anymore. But like I said, you can basically always just download or like just Google. You can do it on Canva. You can do it on Storyboard. Very similar to like Bitstrip or to Pixin, right? So you just find your scene, depending on which one you want to use. I liked the vehicle one, but you can just pick like a house if you wanted to instead. Maybe a diner, anything you want. So you just pick, like, for example, I'm just going to choose it for, all right, got it. Next. Ta-da, there's your characters along the top. So it's the very same, it's exactly the same. I just prefer Pixin because even though it's not free, you'll just have to do like a screenshot of it. But either way, I just prefer Pixin. So anyways, like I said, I was just basically trying to tell you guys that not to stress about the writing part of the CCA. If you are worried and you think that there's going to be too much writing involved, then do a crossword puzzle instead, and then do for one of your writing pieces, or do a comic strip, right? So there's a bunch of different ones, like cover story, like I said, aim for, obviously these are not words, but like this amount of length at least, you know, at a minimum, basically, for your cover story. And then, like I said, I did a how to be a loving neighbor, but like for a how-to article, like I would just write like how to do it, basically, like what steps are. But like I said, I've told some other people too, like you can take a creative element or a creative, you know, pathway to that and do like a recipe, right? So like you could do like a recipe for how to be a loving neighbor, and like think about all the qualities that you think someone needs to have in order to be a loving neighbor, and then you could change it to like 1 cup of like 1 cup love. You know, respect, human dignity. 1 cup. Whatever else you think, what are qualities to be a loving neighbor? Kindness, so on and so forth. Right? You might go like, and then you might do like, you know, 1 teaspoon of, like, if something that you might not need, like a little dash of, right? Whatever. Like just make a play on a recipe. So continue on. And then like here you could say like all ingredients. Like you do like your step by step, right? And then you can have like, or you can do like step 1. I would say step 1 is to gather all ingredients. Step 2, mix all ingredients together. Step 3, ingredients into baking pan. 4, bake for a lifetime. 5, and continue to build on and work on your qualities of being a loving neighbor. And then you could have in the bottom like a little blurb, right? Like, so hey, we're wrapping this up. I'm just wanting to show you guys a little bit more of things that you can do for your CCAs. Nathan, especially if you're stressed about failing, I would maybe do less math questions in the chat and more focusing on what I'm doing on the computer. So then you can say, be a loving neighbor is a lifelong process. You know, and then just have a little blurb about that, right? So like you can do like a play on that, and then you can look up pictures and then maybe look up like heart. And then use this, for example. You know what I mean? So like you can do like a play on that, like a recipe for how to be a loving neighbor. You know what I mean? Like, and then here I did like the letter to the author. I said, dear author, blah, blah, blah. An example, I would write a little bit more than that if I were you. And then obviously like it just showing you an example, dear writer, and then continue on your side. You've got your crossword puzzle. So because I have my 5, I might write here. Crossword puzzle. And then here, oops. Test your knowledge on spies and the 7 intelligences. Ta-da! And then I would be done. Right? So I've got my 5 things. I would have my comic strip somewhere else, obviously. And then I would be good to download as a PDF print and download my CCA. See, it's downloading. And basically I would be done. So it's not as difficult as I think you guys are making it seem. Right? So now my CCA is opening. See? And see what I mean? Like on the Canva website, these little headings, like subheadings, were hard to read. But when I download it, you can read them no problem. So keep that in mind. And then obviously I would have my table of contents, which is going to be, I would have to edit it because these are not right. I have my cover story, and I can like zoom out a bit too, so it's not like so overwhelmingly large. I have my cover story. There's my image I chose. The image on the cover of this magazine symbolizes my journey with Jesus. Blah, blah, blah. I have my how-to, and I have this, and then my crossword. Devin, you don't need a table of contents. I just said you can throw one in there if you want. It's just like for extra aesthetics, basically. To do the crossword puzzle, I think that's what you mean, Nathan. It was Crossword Labs or something, like just do free crossword puzzle generator. And I think it was the Crossword Labs one, wherever that, where it went. Yeah, this one, Crossword Labs, is the one I thought was the best. Because you have your title and then you enter the word and then just do a space, like I said. So you have emotions, hit the space bar 1 time and then use your clue and then enter, you know, social spacebar one time, and then do your clue. And then so on and so forth. So it'll have it right here. And then you can do save and finish. Right, so it's showing you as you go a preview of what it will look like. So you can make sure you're doing it right. Zach, as I said already, the test is up until Tuesday morning. No, Nathan, it's not the 2nd. That was a wrong date. It's up until the 26th. So you'll see, like I said, Unit 3 test is up until January 26th at 10 a.m. So that's Tuesday at 10 a.m. All right. So do you guys have any other questions? Think you can get that figured out? I'm going to stop sharing my screen. All right. So we went over a little bit just so I could show you guys obviously what some more stuff with regards to your CCA. That being said, we don't have an afternoon meeting, so don't forget that we don't have our afternoon meeting. So you have the rest of the day, like I'm going to be here on my computer working, but you have the rest of the day to work on your scrapbook, work on your CCA, work on your test review. You've got lots of stuff to do. So use your time wisely and focus and get your work done because we're in crunch time now, guys. Like I said, your discussion posts close on Sunday, or is it Sunday? Let me see. Yeah, your discussion posts close Sunday, your scrapbooks are due Sunday. Your preferential option for the PORA handout closes tonight. And then that should be about it for what you guys are working on. So make sure you work on anything that you need done. Alex, I see your hands up.
Yeah, so I was wondering if you could email my mom to tell her about the CCA because she was trying to help me. And I couldn't really explain it to her, so she was trying to help me, and she didn't really understand it. So I was wondering if you could like tell her like a quick overview about it. Don't mind?
I can try. Yeah, I can email her and try and explain it. But like I said, the best way is to just read it. And then you should have an idea of what to do based on like our meetings.
Yeah, I do, but like it was hard to explain to her.
Okay, I will email her and try my best. And we'll
Okay.
go.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, guys. So yes, you're good to go. Get working. Like I said, I'm going to be at the computer here doing marking and stuff. So you guys can message me if you have any questions or if you want to do a one-on-one meeting. But yeah, good luck.